Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? What up? What's up, Yayen? I don't know if you're still in here. Hell finally froze over. Oh, I get it. Anthony, what up? Marco went back to the communist channel. What's up, Drummond? The communist channel. That's funny. The commies. Nah, man, no commies. What do we have going on here, people? Talk to me. Talk to me. Show me your name. You ba like a hurricane or train or something. She bangs, she bangs. Oh, baby, yes, she moves. I don't know. You guys remember that Asian dude who sang She Bangs, and got like famous for like 3.5 days over it? And he was like autistic. That was when we were in the early stages of reality TV. William Hung. I think that was his name. Let me make sure. If I know that, I have... Yeah, that's it. William Hung. I have the most useless retention of certain information. Yeah, man, what the fuck? What the fuck? That shit was lucky. Let me tell you why I was lucky, Yayin. Those dudes were just launching threes from almost half court. Cleared, just like, oh, fuck it, please. And it went in. That's why I thought it was lucky. I mean, you know what's funny, Yayin? I was literally messaging you because I didn't know who won, because Mamoon opened his big mouth and a couple other people. You guys were doing a good job of not letting me know. So I literally was writing, just watch the game. I had that in, and I was writing, your boys got spanked, and I was trying to think of a good metaphor. But every time I'd look up, another three would go in, and I'm like, wait a second. I was literally about to send you a gloating message until I saw that I couldn't. Ugh. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. I'm going to tell you one thing, though. Guess what? Guess what else happened to the Knicks when Reggie Miller did that? Stole that first game. They fucking beat the Pacers. They took this. You don't think they can go to Indiana and take one now? That shit was like, to me, that shit was mad lucky. We were thrashing you. Then you guys were throwing in mad threes. Just fuck it. Shits were bouncing off the rim, hitting the scoreboard, rolling through the box seats, and then falling back into the hoop. Like, come on. Uh-oh, TBV. What's up? Marco back. HL Day. Money making, I wish. That part. Joe, where you been? God damn! Big old titties. That's what she does. That's what she does. That's what she does. What the fuck's her name again? Haley something? I forgot her name. Tell me her name and I'll pull up her Instagram and I'll play one. I totally forgot her name. True Power, what up? Did you and Ness finally kiss and make up? Spill the beans. Nah, man. Just, yeah. I mean, like I told you guys from the beginning, the shit wasn't that big of a deal. I told you guys it's not anything that there's no coming back from. Just ran its course. All good. All good. Yeah, they win one game in Gainbridge. You was back. Yeah, I was on earlier today. Pacino, what up, blood? Good to see me back on the panel. Thanks. I'll tell you guys one thing, man. Ness realized he needed the white. Ness realized that I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Yeah, appreciate you, man. I sold out. What's up? What's up? What's up? Nah, it's, like I said, the shit wasn't that deep to begin with. And, there's a mutual respect, and that's all I care about. Boxing, MMA, and ball favorite sports, but I haven't caught one game yet. MMA is whack, but I get the rest. I don't want to go into any of that. Just know that there's a respect there, and that's all. That's all that matters. Sonia, Marco Shave, man. When I went on TBV, somebody goes, Marco looks 10 years older. And then somebody else said I have a RoboCop hairline. Yeah, I'm gonna shave probably today. Now, when I go on tonight, you're gonna see the difference. 10 years off my life, easy. The shaving. You should make my dad look way younger too. Now that I think about it, because the gray, like right here, it's not gray, right? This isn't that bad because you only see the black. But then when you start seeing the gray, look, this. Oh, there's gray. Right there, you can't see the gray. Get the fuck out of here with Anthony Edwards. Those dudes had a horseshoe and a 4-leaf clover shoved up their asses. The way that ball was fucking spinning, rolling around, hitting the shot clock, falling on the top of the backboard, falling into Tom Thibodeau, whatever his name is, lap, bouncing off the floor, then rolling back in, around, and then falling in the... Come on. Luck. Pure luck. Y'all need to stop this media prostitution for Haney's when there's not one mainstream promoter, including Turkey, willing to hire him. And who's y'all? Because I don't think Haney's a big-time draw. He's a draw. I don't think he's one of the best fighters. But again, I just don't know because we have to see more. I'm not sure. But I'm definitely not calling for Haney being the greatest boxer. And I don't think all that. I don't know who y'all is, but it's not me. I'm shaving while Johnny's spraying. You're about to bring the full grizzly beard back? Did you cook anybody, Unc? I had to do cardio. I didn't finish. Nah. Cook? Nah, I don't. Who am I going to cook? How did New York make Hal Burton hit the Reggie Miller? Oh, man. Man. But again, do you remember what I think of that whole series? This is what that series reminds any of us. We fucking beat them. We came back. We went to fucking Indiana. We pushed Eon's cousins out the way, and we beat them. So it's one game. That, mind you, this is like boxing. It's one game that we were winning easily. And you can't front. Let's not front, guys. And I'm not just, tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to be biased Knick fan. A good 3 or 4 of those threes were lucky. They were just fucking hoisted. Without even, like, hoisted. Other than that, they wouldn't have won. That's like what I say about Tank versus Roach. Tank was off. Roach was perfect. And Roach got a draw. Meaning, if they fight 5 times, a Tank will win 3 out of 5, at least, in my opinion, because Tank just has to adjust himself. He was off. That's how I feel. Nothing about that game made me think, oh, we're in trouble. Motherfuckers were launching rockets like NASA. You know what I'm saying? It was like Stevie Wonder just throwing darts, and it happened to hit the center. Okay. Stevie Wonder can throw 3 darts, and they might hit, but if he throws 3 out of 100, he's only going to land maybe 5. Bruce Gas, Marco Boxing, Rich the Fight Historian, Vintage Boxing, Gas Sports. You're the man, Joe. Word up. Haney has become more of a punchline in the boxing. When they say cook, just means come to good take and facts. I know. I think it more means like when I'm trying to shit on somebody. Oh, this fucking low. This fucking guy. This guy. Where is Iraq in here? This guy came into my. This fucking guy. Who do you? Matter of fact, chat. Low left me a voice message because of something that was in TBV. Who do you think he was defending, championing for, pom-pomming for? He was, I mean, he got his Philadelphia pom-poms. Who do you think it was in my chat? in my DM that Lowe started going off about. He hit me up. He's like, yo, so-and-so is the best. And he's the most durable in the who? Who do you think Lowe was champion? No, not Devin. No. Anybody who knows Lowe knows he only orders one kind of meat lovers pizza. And it is a special kind of Honduran flavored meat lovers pizza. He has Honduran sausage and beef and ham all up and down that motherfucker with extra Honduran goat's milk cheese. Extra Honduran goat's milk cheese. Lowe goes, yo, let me get the extra Honduran sausage, beef, and ham, and let me get the triple Honduran goat cheese on that shit. And let me get 2 because I'm hungry. Fucking Lowe, you are silly, Lowe. You are silly. Lowe, you're a silly man. Boots Ennis would fuck Teofimo up. And I love Teofimo. Nothing to do with his skill set. An on-point Teo could beat anybody in his weight class. Not somebody 3 inches taller, probably 20 pounds heavier, minimum. Nah. Teo beats everybody in his weight class on point. I think he could beat Tank, Haney, Ryan, all of them. But Boots? What are you, crazy? Hold on a second, people. My bad, people. That was my son's school. This fucking kid reminds me of myself so much. So he's going into the bathroom, right? And there's a kid in there that he sees. And he says, hey, he fucking with the kid. He's like, hey, what's up, lady? And the kid, I guess, doesn't, the kid basically, I guess, is Spanish, doesn't speak English, so whatever. But then, so then the guy said to him, translates, oh, he called you lady. So the kid gets upset and goes, yeah, don't call me later, I'll slap the shit out of you. This is how he's so much like me. So Leo goes, oh yeah? He goes, so Leo kind of slapped him lightly. Go ahead, boom, go ahead, slap me, let's see what happens. And Leo just basically G'd on him. And then the kid was like, nah, and started walking out. And then as he's walking out, my son was like, yeah, that's right, pussy. So I got to sit here and tell him not to do the shit that I like. That's exactly what I did. And he doesn't know that because he wasn't around me when I was his age. Like, he wasn't around. Like, how the fuck does he do exactly what I did? And he's never seen me do it. Now, and the school is great. They basically were like, yo, look, you started this by calling him a lady. Like, I get, because that's what I do. And to me, and this is how to me, words and physical are different. If we're going back and forth, that's where we keep it. But when somebody starts talking about slapping you or putting their hands on you, that goes in the realm of busting balls as children, as friends, into like, serious. But again, it's still his fault for fucking starting it. Why are you going in? He didn't even know the kid. He was a joke. Hey, what's up, lady? Just joking around. But again, it's a joke that's shitting on somebody, trying to demean them. You know what I mean? Yeah, he did inherit my temperament. That's crazy. I mean, that's exactly what I would have done. Wow. He's going through like puberty, like he's starting to go through it, so his hormones are crazy. So you know how we are, like men, when we're like, what'd you say? Like raging and shit. Wow. He might be more of a G than me, you're right. Nah, he's not more of a G than me. I got into way more fights than him already. I was fighting so much when I was younger. But you have to understand too, they fight. So the dean pulled him over, talked to him. He brought the kid in. They actually apologized to each other, and they squashed it. When I was coming up, they'd let us fight, then break it up, and that'd be it. There'd be no talking to. There'd be nothing. They wouldn't even break up the fights half the time. Like, it was a different time. You call somebody a pussy or whatever, then it's like, I told you guys, I saw my man. This is my first racial lesson I ever learned, right? I'm fucking 12. My man's arguing. My man, who's a black dude, my man Jamal, is arguing with this girl. Grace, I guess her name is, right? She's black. I mean, I'm talking like CJ's complexion, CJ's like coarse hair, like she's black and he's black. They're arguing. But she has an accent, right? So at one point they're arguing back and forth, and then she goes, shut up, you black motherfucker. He goes, what? And he punches her right in the face. In front of the whole class, in front of the teacher. Teacher doesn't do shit. Teacher goes, well, she probably shouldn't have called him a black motherfucker. And then that was it. The girl, and that was it. Nobody did nothing. No dean, no nothing. And I go up to my man Jamal, because I was like, my man, and this was my first lesson I ever learned about race. I was like, yo, I'm mad confused. I'm like, why the fuck? First, would she say that when she's just as black as you? And two, why would you get mad when somebody who looks like you is calling you a black motherfucker? Like, it's like me, a white guy being, you dumb cracker. Like, wait, what? And he explained to me, she's Dominican. She's fucking she had an accent. She's from the Dominican Republic, and they perceive themselves as not black. Because even though you did her DNA with his, I bet you would be equal fucking African, sub-Saharan African DNA. But they look down at black people the way she said it. And that was a big lesson. I was like, oh, because I was so fucking confused. But that's how they handled shit back then. They would just be like, all right, just go sit down. The teacher goes, yeah, she shouldn't have said that. The fucking there was a science teacher. I remember, Miss Dietz. She's like, yeah, she shouldn't have said that. A female, too. And he didn't hit her hard, but he punched her in the face hard enough. Knocked her shit. She had a little hair thing on that fell off. That's wild, right? They think, yeah, well, you know, growing up in the city, you know how it is. I mean, that's when I learned it. But I was like, damn. And my man Jamal, I'm not going to say who he is. He's actually a public figure now, but I'm not going to go into who he is. Send me the bobblehead. I'm going to brush my hair. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do this right now in terms of that. First thing I want you guys to do is tell me in the chat what's the next item you want to raffle. Because I want to get one that you guys give a fuck about. We're doing gloves. Give me an idea. 2, I'm just going to give the bobblehead away to either Yayan or CJ. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a poll. And I want the community who should get the who should get the Ali bobblehead. Yayan or CJ Rich or other. Boom. All right, here we go. Poll is done. I want you guys to choose who you think should get the bobblehead between those two. Or if you think it's somebody else, click other. And then we'll go over. If overwhelming amount of you click other, then I got to do another poll and say who. Yeah, it's right, Robert. But those guys sent way more. And you're the only other person I think who sent anything. So I don't know. I mean, look, we'll figure this out. Maybe you should be okay with it. I don't know. But nobody, it's just 3 of you. That's it. CJ, you, and I think Yayan. I think that's it. Nobody gives a fuck about this thing. He's not from Hell's Kitchen, so not going to happen. I'm not even going to say where he's from. Maybe he's not from New York. Maybe he moved later. Who knows? For the bobblehead, and you look up Jamal from Hell's Kitchen, you're probably going to come up with a lot of names. For the bobblehead, you should put all our names on the wheel. Make it fair. Okay, we could do that. You guys just want to do the wheel? We could do that too. Whatever you guys think is fair, I'll do. To Bailey, I don't even think Bailey wants the fucking thing. But if he wants it, I could. What? You guys let me know. Both my guys, but I think Eon hasn't won shit. Eon did win, Mikhail. He just gave it away. He gave it to CJ. Shut up, Smooth. That's rude. You're too old to be fucking with me like that. Eon, because he gives a lot of tickets. Okay. Well, do the poll. I was here a couple minutes ago, so I don't know what's the criteria. We're trying to see what I should do with this bobblehead and what I should get next that you guys actually give a shit about, because this clearly wasn't it. We're going to see bro in the news for being a woman beater. Yeah, nah, you'll never know who it is. I'll give you a hint. His last name is Green. I'm just playing. I just totally made that up. I think the Knicks are going to come back and win, Ralph. I'm trying to tell everybody the last time this happened, the whole Reggie Miller thing, what happened? What happened? I was walking through New York City with Reggie that summer, having people be like, you still lost. That's what happened. Oops, I made a mistake by deleting someone's comment. Oh, boy. Knickerbockers, you don't know what those are? Those are half shorts, half pants. They're the pants that go a little past your knee, and I think they would also have like suspenders from the bottom of that to your sneakers. They're like big shorts. I agree. It should be Eon. I don't even think Yayan wants it. You want it, Yayan? If he wants it, make it between the ladies only. Ooh, ladies first. So you and Alberto? What? I'm getting no love in the poll after all I've done for y'all. Let's see, what's the poll say? Damn! CJ's getting shit on. It's only 13 votes, though. Damn, CJ. If the Knicks get packed up like the Yankees. Knickerbocker's a racist term? I thought it's pants. Marco, I'm back sparring, gassed out in the third round. You think hill sprints will help me? Nah, you know what'll help you? Keep sparring. Keep sparring and hit the bag like you're sparring. Hit the bag as hard as you can and as fast as you can for the whole 3 minutes every time. You do that for 8 to 10 rounds straight, you won't get that tired in sparring. And you got to spar more. I didn't name shit. I hate you. Let me tell you something, Yayin. I hate the name Knickerbockers. I hate the colors. Blue, orange. Looks like a fucking Chuck E. Cheese. That's the Knicks colors look like a Chuck E. Cheese logo. Not into it. What up, Danny? What do you mean how? You simulate what you want to do as best as you can, or you do what you want to do. It's like saying, what's going to make you better shooting threes? Shooting actual threes, or just sitting there and shadow shooting your form, like shadow boxing threes with form? No, shooting the actual ball is going to do way better than just doing it in the air. Or lifting weights that simulate shooting a three. You know, you just do the thing that you want to do, and you do it as hard and as intense as you can. In boxing, that's all what it's all about, intensity. Keep highest intensity on the heavy bag and picture in your mind fighting somebody. You picture somebody in front of you. Do that, the shit that Roy told me, the shadow boxing. I used to do that on a bag, though. I'd be hitting, I'd duck in my mind, somebody swinging at me, I'll duck, I'll hit it as hard as I could. I'm not giving up, I'm tired, I'm like, the bell's about to ring. I simulated the whole thing on the bag. That's the only thing besides sparring that can get your endurance up. But you have to put your mind frame in sparring, because as Mo confirmed, Mo, how much more tiring was it just hitting a bag when you know that everybody's about to watch it? It adds unmatched intensity when you know people are about to watch. Let's see it. MC Hammer pants. Blue and orange? I don't think so. Nah, it is, though. He asked me how. All right, see, Mo, now you're trying to twist me around here. He asked me, what can I do? I sparred 3 rounds. I was tired. What can I do to not get tired? He asked me specific sparring. Now, if you ask me how to throw a left hook, no, sparring's not the answer. You have to work on form. Like Kobe said, train how you fight. A whole new perspective on bag work now. Of course. Of course. That's what you got to do. Literally, get the movie going in your head while you're doing it. Way more tired. Yep. Poor fucking Mo is about to take a knee. That bag hit him that bag peppered up his kidneys like Gordon Ramsay. He was about to take a knee. Schmarko. I remember thinking to myself, damn, the camera made me it. I know. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Who's my favorite? Damn. I hope you're black, because you saying that's mad racist. John Starks. I mean, sparring is practice, fight, basically. That ain't what you need for more. Yeah, that's exactly what you need. But the problem with sparring all the time is you end up maybe like James Toney. You know what I'm saying? You can get brain damage. So the second best thing is hitting the bag with intensity. Or here's what I used to do. This is a good one. You get a friend, me and my man Mike. We would do how do I call this? Medieval times sparring. This motherfucker would have on he would have on the body protector, right? He'd have on headgear, and he'd have on gloves, and he would try and hit me, mostly in the body and a little in the head, but light. And I would go at him full-fledged to the body and just lightly on the head. That helped me a lot. And he would just keep fucking following me and making me punch, and he would just cut the ring off and make me work. I remember doing about 7 or 8 rounds. I was an amateur at the time. So he had the body protector so I could tee off on his body, no problem. It didn't hurt him really, although it still bruised him because I could punch. And the head I would throw, but it was very light. It would be a tap, but the body would be the hard shit. And the fact that he keeps following me. So one of you guys have a friend who can do that. Put on the body protector, put on the headgear, put on the gloves, somebody who knows how to throw punches, and they have to have stamina a little too, because they have to just keep walking you down, and throwing light. That is a very good simulation if you don't want to go into full sparring, and you will get almost no head trauma that way, because whatever you throw, it's very light. Yeah, I saw Papoose doing that. It wasn't bad. If your kid's sparring and he's gassed out, would you be like, more sparring? Yeah. And I would work with them. Hand pads too. Hand pads are also very good if you have somebody to work with. Do the bag or do the hand pads, because then the person working the pads, like I would take them and fucking simulate a fight. Like I used to do that with my wife too when we would hit the pads. I hit them, then I'd hit her with the pad lightly. I'd go at her, I'd hold her, make her push me off, because that's one of the biggest ways that people get tired. You don't realize when you got to push somebody off from holding you, that drains your energy bar like a Hadouken landed. I read Hagler would spar 15 rounds every night after training camp. I don't know about that. That would have been a CTE sandwich. Yes, it did. It did. It did a lot, actually. But at the same time, I knew that I only took that shit on a week and a half notice. So I knew I was tired. Because the reason why I lost, in my opinion, was I wasn't fully focused, but also I wasn't in shape. And that made me like, I knew I would get tired. And I knew on that stage, I would get even more tired because it's an actual fight. But yeah, it definitely did. Round robin sparring used to be my favorite. Broner brushes and blow dries. Hitchens, cam fight. Did the school call your... Nah, just me. I try to handle the son shit because I'm the man. And like, I understand. She'd be like, you can't, you know how women are. You can't call people lady. You don't ever put your hands. It's like, yeah, she doesn't get it fully. But I try to not... He knows who I am, right? So he wants to be like me. But I try to not... Because I would have done the same shit. I might have not slapped him a little first, but I would have been like, I would have probably gotten his face, like, go ahead, slap me. Go ahead, fucking slap me. I might have actually. I might have slapped him, so I might threw something at him. I was bad back then. But I don't want him to know that, because I want him to, like, I'm trying to teach him, unless somebody puts their hands on you, people are going to talk. People are going to talk. Especially, I mean, this is New York City, but when I was coming up, every kid from the hood talked like they fight better than anybody who ever lived. Every kid in the hood growing up talked a game. Like they could take out Roy, Floyd, and Mike. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one. You know what I'm saying? We've all heard that. I'm not the one. I'll fucking sleep you. Like they try to trick you into thinking like you walked into the 1 in a billion monster that has cinder blocks for knuckles and titanium in their chin. Like they all talk like that. And I learned that quickly, that this shit doesn't mean anything. So especially in the hood. And Leo's school, my son's school, believe it or not, is kind of hood. It's mostly black and Hispanic. He's one of the few white, but they call him white boy. He's one of the few white kids there. The shit it's weird. It's mostly hood. Yeah, my daughter's school is like all uppity people. And it's mostly white too, my daughter's school. I don't understand the demographic when they're both in the same neighborhood, but whatever. So he's going through a little bit what I went through. They're fucking with him for being a white boy. Am I going to snitch? Yeah, man, I got to tell her. I'm not getting yelled at for you. I'm going to tell her I'm going to handle it. Somebody know I was back on TBV today? What up, Johnny? Marco stops on your chat and talks and skips half the chats. What you want from me? You want, hey, if you want me to say, if you want me to focus on anything specific, say it again, please. Marco played the mannequin challenge and won. That's pretty funny. The guy sold out, Johnny. We were talking about Johnny the whole time. We were shitting on Johnny. Me and round one, we're like, yo, fuck, yo, Johnny, psst, Bushwick, psst, fake hair. Like, we were going off on Johnny. I have a punching bag that has a head, arms, and legs. Yeah, but you also have to be creative up here. Put yourself in situations. You know what I mean? In your mind. Go through an actual fight, and that'll help. No, not at all. I knew everybody. You saw the fucking reaction in the chat? Like, all I could see is my name. Like, Marco. Johnny never sold cocaine, but he does slang Rogaine. Probably out of town. Kids shipped over. I think that's it. I think they take them from, the rougher areas. Yeah, I believe that's it. It's exactly it, I believe. I love it because he's growing up the way I did, man. Nothing better than growing up fucking diverse like that. That shit is dope. You learn all. He's already starting to get into hip hop like me. I love it. I do. And they're not fucking with him as much for being a white. Like, you guys have never seen my son, but he has the brightest blue eyes you'll ever see. Like almost like ice, almost the color of steel. Crazy light blue eyes. But they don't fuck with him as bad. They don't. It's not as bad from what he tells me. And with me, they didn't really. It would be a lot more. They would test me back then. With him, I don't think he's getting tested as much because he already has that reputation of being like a tough guy. Nah, I don't put my hands on my on the only one I spank. Well, not spank. I'll snuff her. I'll hit her with a knuckle. I make her and deliver her knuckle sandwiches is my wife. Now I will knock her out. If my oatmeal is lumpy and cold, I will lay her out. Sleep. I'm talking sleeping. Julian Jackson type knuckle sandwiches. If my oatmeal is lumpy and cold, I'm just playing. Hope she didn't hear that. Nah, I don't put my hands on my children or anybody in my family. One of my rules, I don't put my hands on anybody who I love as a family or as a friend. And if I did want to put my hands on any of them, then they stop being my friends or my loved ones. Yo, Marco, what are you on? Teo and Haney wouldn't last more than 8 rounds with boots. Nah, Haney might be able to dance around him and get away. He might be able to. Teo, I think, gets stopped. I know Lowe is somewhere shaking and sweating like Pookie in New Jack City when he hears this, but that's true. Now, how my school was, a lot of brawls after school. Hey, we said before, Margo, I was laughing, not crying. Boxing channel, not emotion channel. We talk shit out of love. Word. So where in the family did your son inherit those blue eyes? My wife's eyes are my wife's side. Her eyes are very light green. Marco used to hand out $1.50s in the 90s. What's a $1.50? Is that like an ass whooping? Because that must have been in California. I never heard that one. Marco, be like, eat the Coke. Eat the Coke anime, eat the Coke cake. Eat the cake anime. What? Eat the cake. Is that another saying I'm unfamiliar with? Marco, we know you feel about sparring gloves. What's the fix? What's the fix? What do you mean? What do you mean you know how I feel? What exactly do I feel about him that you're talking about? Haney running 12 rounds and losing like Brown. Yeah, I could see him run and lose against Boots. I don't think Boots definitely stops him. Look at other is getting bobblehead. Look, the other is getting bobblehead. It's Canelo versus Crawford, buddy. Canelo is the face of boxing. He is. Can't argue that. Razor across the face is $1.50. Damn. Nah, no razors. I never fuck with weapons because to me that's for pussies. To me, that's for pussies. Using weapons? Nah. To me, whenever somebody would, like when I would almost get into it and somebody would start threatening a gun or threatening a knife or threatening, I'm going to come back with my boys, I would just immediately just disengage because I won. You're a pussy. You don't want to fight. That's hood shit, street beef, I guess, call it 101. If somebody starts talking like that, they don't want to fight. It's the dudes who are like, all right, come on. They want to fight. Tina Turner. That's New York, $1.50. It's been a while when you cut it. Round one. Oh, this is round one from today? Is you? I mean, it must be because I don't think anybody else would be named round one. Is that you? Yeah, I never heard $1.50. Those super big gloves rattle your brain, especially when you spar a lot around. Oh, so how do you fix the problem? You fucking spar with smaller gloves. Simple. It's also you want to prepare yourself for the actual fight. They feel totally different. 30 years of me fucking doing it. I would spar with smaller 12s, 14s, not 18. We spar with 20s usually, 18s to 20s. That's almost double the fucking size. So you're also getting a little too secure and overconfident because you put it up here and you got a 19 or a 20. It's covering half your fucking dome piece. Nothing's going to land. But when you're in there in a real fight, it's covering a quarter of your dome piece. And it's just everything's so different. What up, man? What up? $1.50 definitely an NY thing. I never heard the shit, but I mean, I believe you. Broner's Pops uses arms more than the post-fight hairbrushing than his son did in the fight. Aight. Them Puerto Rican girls walk around. Yeah, they do. That's a bit. In New York growing up, man, the Boricuas will cut you. They'll cut you. No problem. Sparring gear is built to prevent cuts, not damage. Not gloves. Gloves aren't. The headgear probably is. Mark, you ever been chilling on the block and a dude threatened y'all by saying, no, shoot the block up? That motherfucker will get stomped out in minutes if somebody comes on the block and says some shit like that. Mark was spar with clown-sized gloves so he could claim he had a chin. How about I spar you with knuckles? Let's see what you could take, David. You think your ex did you bad trying to chop it off? I'll chop off. I will hotbox your block, David. Don't matter how big the gloves, your brain is rattling around anyway. Yes, but it does matter because the bigger the gloves, the more weight. You're a smart man, Mo. Simple physics. Simple physics. You drop a 5-pound weight on somebody's head, it's going to do less damage than you drop a 10-pound weight on somebody's head. It's that simple. They both do the damage. One does it worse and quicker and more efficiently. All booked up July 12th. Let's go. All right. That's out here, right? Is that you coming out here, right? Where you staying? CJ, his girlfriend back then, also used to brush his hair. I think CJ trying to trigger me, but I won't let him. Notice how he only talks about his hand speed and power, but not his chin. That's why him and Roy are tight. Hey, David, I have an idea. Just an idea. Kiss my Bulgarian ass. Just an idea. The whole thing. Kiss all of it. And I told you guys the story. I'd never been down. Well, once in sparring. I told you the story. I was 15. I actually had a pretty good chin. But I also didn't get hit much. I was very defensive minded. To me, that's important. I spar with 16s most days, but before I fight, I spar at least twice with whatever's good for you. Is that because I said that, or you were doing that before I mentioned it? Smart man. Smart man. David Garcia kind of acts like Vega, like sarcastic, jokey jokes all the time. He threatened to $1.50 him. Lucky man, dude told me that, and I didn't want to look scared. Everybody scattered like roaches. I mean, also, let's be real. If somebody's going to do it, they're going to do it. They're not going to let it. They're not going to make everybody aware of the impending crime. What year did you witness the Bloods gangsters splitting gang? I didn't. That shit happened when I was old enough to be out of the streets. When I was coming up, there was only one gang. Well, two gangs: Latin Kings, a little bit, and the Decepticons. That's it. And and then they weren't that big. I just happened to live across the street from the high school where they were fucking based. The worst high school in the city. The first high school in all of New York City to have to get metal detectors. I remember sitting on the news. That shit came on one night, and I'm like 9 or 8. I'm like, Mommy, that's across the street. She's like, turn the channel. With a fucking roach crawling across the screen. So bigger gloves are worse for sparring, is what you're saying. No, I'm saying bigger gloves will give you. Yes, actually, they are. Yes, they give you more. They're more likely to give you more brain damage, and they're not preparing you accurately at all for when you're actually fighting. Now, if you have no interest in fighting, amateur or pro, bigger gloves, I think, are still bad because they give you more brain damage. But they also let you cover up more. I would go with smaller gloves. And I would go with light sparring either way. Especially if you're not trying to compete, I'd go with light sparring either way. So smaller, yeah, I think bigger gloves are overall bad. Headgear good, bigger gloves bad. Dwayne Wade let his son Lorena Bot. Oh, word, he cut it off. Ugh. Just booked the flight to Queens, debating on staying in Brooklyn or Queens. What you recommend? So that shit is by Shea Stadium, right? Well, I wouldn't stay in Queens because the shit's right around there is boring. But here's what you should do. Or do you plan on going to Manhattan and chilling? Because if you do, stay in Astoria. Get a hotel in Astoria because that shit is central. You take the train, you're in Manhattan literally in 10 minutes. And you're also 15 minutes away from when you go to the actual fight. If you want, I'll give you some recommendations on where. But look for hotels in Astoria, Queens. Marco fought his walk around weight. Something tells me his chin was pretty good. Mo, you might be the smartest guy in this chat. No offense to anybody else. I know if Bailey's listening to this, he's gonna kill me. But Mo, you might be the smartest guy in the chat. You don't know? Of course, I know about Ike. Matter of fact, one of my last videos, I used an Ike reference. I said, what did I say? He put out something more hits than Ike and the Gambino family. Oh, I know who Ike Turner is. Nah, they really did it. I thought the same thing as you. Oh, they really did it? Well, that's a crazy fuck. And that's true, David. You ever test your grip strength? Nah, I never did. I have tiny hands, so I don't know how I would do. But now I want to, though. As you guys have seen me hit that fucking power machine, I've done that. And I would play it, but you guys have all seen it. Yeah, you disrespectful. Jimbo! What up, Jimbo? Queens is easier to take the train if you're driving than Brooklyn. Nah. Jimbo's from Brooklyn. Don't listen to fucking Jimbo. Stay in Astoria. Trust me. Why the fuck would he want to go to Brooklyn and drive on the BQE and go through all that nightmare for what? When he's probably just going to go to Manhattan and the fight in Queens itself. What the fuck's the point of going to Brooklyn? Hell yeah, thank you. Heard Queens has the best food. Nah. Manhattan has the best food, but Queens, Brooklyn, it's all very similar. You're talking fractions of a star less. So it's all the same. All food. The one thing in Queens, which is garbage, Chinese food overall usually isn't that good. But in general, it's all the same. New York City has good food across the board. Bronx too. Even Staten. Yo, I think I was sparring too light in my sparring videos. Was it intense enough getting ready to... Okay. Good food everywhere. Yep, that's what I just said. Yeah, I know that, Jimbo. We all know that. I mean, at least now that. So how you don't know eat the cake, Annie Mae? That sounds like some gay shit. Like tossing salad. That sounds like the new millennium verbiage for tossing salads. No, thank you. Jonathan, what up? Marco, why everyone that disagree with Ness, he calls them a hater and then makes a joke out of them, encouraging the audience to attack them like he did with the other co-host. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing, though. I don't know if he's still in here. Round one, I liked him. I heard some unfavorable things about him. I liked him. I did. And I thought they were being a little hard on him, for sure. I like him, though. I do. He doesn't give me bad energy at all. Seems like a good guy. And I thought they were being a little hard on him. Mo didn't take advanced calculus. Nasty work. Ness said Haney versus Boots, a pay-per-view fight. The Haney voice full effect. I'm with you. But now if Haney comes, all Haney needs is one big win, and then it would be a pay-per-view fight. And it still could be. It just wouldn't sell much. What they say about small hands? Yeah, they slap the shit out of you. Are you asking for yourself, Yayan? What up, Fun Truck? Appreciate you. Why would he want to drive on the BQE? For what? For what? Fuck's he gonna do in the BQE? Why? Why sit in 45 to an hour traffic to get somewhere that would take him 15 minutes if there's no... Well, for what? Nah, the best food in Brooklyn, Harlem. Nah, Manhattan has good food. All of Manhattan has good food. What you talking about? Harlem, those of you who don't know, that's just uptown. You don't think there's good food in Midtown? In the Village? Come on. Staten has the bomb Italian food. It's all Italians. Luigi Pizza in Park Slope. Yeah, I just saw that on, I think that pizza dude with the thin, wormy lips. I think he went on and did something on it. Barstool. Him. He's a Boston guy. I think he has that accent. Honestly, Jimbo, all the slices to me. I tell people, they ask me, what's the best slice? You will be harder pressed to find a bad slice than to find a good one. They're all good, right? Am I wrong? 9 out of 10 are good slices. 9 out of 10. Hey, now you get some fucking gourmet, some sideshow shit. Jonathan, he always does that when he's wrong. San Francisco got the most exotic cuisine. Chicago pizza isn't real pizza. Damn, John. Ness trying to help Haney. Oh, boy. This fucking guy. Round one knows more boxing than Ness and Ryan. It ain't real pizza. Edwin is watching right now. Has good boxing takes. Who's Edwin? That's round one? Boots will stop Haney before 8. This is not blue blood. He tricked us yesterday, and he does not say peopleizations. I don't think. I never heard that. Yes, man, answer my questions. I would do 12s. 12s, maybe 14s. The problem is you're probably going to get some feedback, some kickback on that from people because they're so used to using big ones. They think that's better. I would do 12s or 14s, no bigger. 12s are perfect. 12s are perfect because I think amateur fights are 12s, right? And pros are 10s. Amateurs might be 14s. Look up what amateur fights are and use those. Whatever that. I remember when I went to my last amateur fight, I hadn't had one in years, and I couldn't believe how light and small the glove felt. I'm like, this is what we're wearing? Pfft, this guy's about to get laced. Yeah, Astoria, Queens. And he boxed like his manhood taken previously in his last fight. I mean, they got peaches. Haney gets credit for owning his role as a talented athlete in that ring. His team knows how to maneuver in the game of boxing with what they got up to the competition to prove him wrong. Just eat them dollar slices. That's just, yeah, the dollar. Well, nah, I've had dollars. That shit's good. The couple I had were good. I like Joe's in the Village on Carmine, and my second favorite slice is good slices everywhere. I don't know that gourmet shit really. Yeah, it's all good. Literally all good. What it is this. If you're in New York and you see a place, there's one of these places across from one of my business. It says this. newspapers, halal, pizza. If you're making halal and pizza in the same joint, do not order pizza there. Those dudes are Arab. They're Middle Eastern. Their halal's probably dope. But pizza? Nah. So stay away from combination joints. Like burgers, pizza, halal. Like, nah. Nah. Stay away from that. What's up, Mamoon? Do you know Gloria from Astoria? You're joking, right? That rhymes? I don't know. They either lose 12s or 14s, I told you. But it's been a minute since I fought, so I don't remember. But if they use 12s, then you should use 12. I told you, use 12s or 14s. I would do 12s. I would do what the amateurs use, minimum. And then once you turn pro, try and spar in 10s. Best pizza I had was in Davis, California, near University. Yayan. Now, that's not blue blood, of course not. But he definitely says my peopleizations. He does? I've never heard that. That must be a new thing. For real, Marco, halal pizza plate. Nope. What would you suggest? I don't like pizza like that. Chinese food? I remember people would say Ness was getting paid to promote Haney's, and he would deny it and prove it. I don't think he's getting paid, but, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's getting a little money. Fuck it. I'll tell you one thing. Bill paid me. I'll be sitting here saying Haney's good too. I got no problem taking a little payoff in my situation currently. Now, if I'm established, if I'm raking in that cheese, then I'll have a little more integrity, but fuck it. So does Astoria have decent nightlife? No, it does, yes. But you got to listen to me very carefully. You are in rock skipping proximity to Manhattan. You get to Manhattan from Astoria in literally 10 minutes. So you just take the fucking train in, and that's the nightlife you want to go to. But yes, Astoria has a banging nightlife too. But I would do Manhattan if I were you, just to get the feel for it. But you could do either or. And look, Brooklyn has a good nightlife too, but you want to do Manhattan. That's not true, Robert. Haney works for Bill. Daniel works for Ness. Do you know Jerome's niece from Jones Beach? You got jokes? For my picks, Canelo UD, Boots KO. Well, I don't know if you saw Johnny, but not Johnny, Jimbo. I was around. I was with Haney and Bud in person, and Bud is a bigger man. That flipped my whole shit around. Word. What up, Paris? Marco, you are one. Yeah, okay. There's no way that's a female. Boy, thank you. If you in New York don't like Italian food, Latin food, soul food, Harlem, yeah, you got everything. Ness gets money because Bill jumps on him in super chats. You've seen Bill super chat Ness? I haven't. What up, Ray? Shit, I have to go. Peace out. I got to go get my daughter in about. I got some time. Well, Caucasian. Stupid. I lost the poll. It's close though. Damn. Yeah, you lost. It's probably Alberto in there just repeatedly voting on burner accounts. Appreciate you, Miles. Where in Chinatown? Where is Chinatown in NY at? All the way downtown. Yeah, Bud is on that juice. Nobody puts. Damn. Jimbo's coming in hot. Jimbo allegations. Queen's got them streetwalkers now. So $50 and you got a nice night. Yeah. By nice, if you mean you get the clap and you're pissing fire. You guys should vote for CJ. He took calculus in high school. Floyd never chased Ricky Hatton last time I checked it. Nah, Floyd wanted that. Nope, I disagree. Floyd wanted that fight because he knew it'd be an easy fight, and he knew that those British fans bring cake. He did chase him. He wanted that fight. He was smart. That was a smart move. He knew it'd be easy. Hatton wouldn't stand a chance. Yet he would bring him a high reward, low risk. If Shakur wins, UD. Anyone else hates these bumps, speed bumps? You like speed, like coke? Like you sniffing speed bumps? Nah, I was slaying and popping pills in high school. Damn. Marco, would you do an exhibition right now for the right price against somebody? Yep. Sure would. Chat, your favorite fighter is probably juicing. Damn. Jackal, what up? Would you interview Teo? I've been hitting him up. He's not responding. I'm trying. He's probably getting a lot of people wanting to interview him, so he's, but that was part of his master evil plan. Stir shit up and get people talking. He knows what he's doing. You know it's smart if Marco praising Floyd. Nah, it was true. He knew what he was doing. Look, here's another thing. I like Floyd. I loved Floyd when he was pretty boy. Money May was annoying, but I as a fighter, the only shit I don't like about him is how he puts on a front and how he fucked up boxing. But he didn't do the boxing thing on purpose. But I don't like how he I don't even dislike how he puts on a front. I don't dislike that. I just got into an debate with somebody who tried to say he had certain motives. I don't care if he's doing shit for money. I wish he'd be honest about it. So maybe I don't like that. But I don't even care that it's more people. It's annoying because people don't see it. So it's more that. Like, I'm not mad at him for doing it. Shit, for all I know, I could sit down with him and be like, yeah, I just want to make money. I need the money. He might be honest. It's other people that start coming at you like, whoa, what do you mean? Oh, he just loves money. Yeah. He fought Miss Ortega, who owns the bodega on Nickelodeon, because he just loves fighting, huh? That just rhymed. Miss Ortega, who owns the bodega. Hatton was good at 140, now 47. Exactly. And Floyd knew that. I'd fight Tank Davis for a cheeseburger. I'd fight Tank Davis for free, too. That'd be fun. Exactly. And I don't even care as much how... It doesn't even bother me as much how he handles himself. I mean, I didn't like it. So, yeah, I guess I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. I wasn't like, this guy's boiling my blood. I was just like, it's not authentic. That's what it was. It wasn't authentic to me. But it got the job done. Used to call my blunts Barry Bonds. Look like baseball bats on steroids. Okay. Totally off topic. Best strip. Here we go. This fucking guy. Don't you have a newborn? Here, what the fucking strip. What's wrong with a black man making millions, huh? You got a problem with that one? Yeah. That's what it is. Really, I do got a problem with anybody making millions because I'm not making them. I don't understand why Floyd isn't Yayan's favorite fighter. Me neither. Because Broner is just a cheap carbon copy. Broner is a Xerox of Floyd. Broner is a Walmart Floyd. He's Diet Floyd. You're a great reporter. Don't waste your talents on that bum. Don't give him no light to shine. What bum? It's not about making money. It's about overvaluing the zero, and he wants a but that was his thing, and he did it. He did it great. It's not his fault that some of these dummies try and imitate him poorly. No AB slander. I know. I'm telling you, Yayan right now is shaking and sweating like Pookie. You think a 46 pack beats Broner right now? Nah, I don't know. I mean, they already fought. I love how y'all make shit up. Broner was last on my favorite all-time list. We make it up. You literally always talk about him. Always. Oh, Teo? Yeah, okay. Damn. Look at that, Yayan. It seems to be an overwhelming agreeance that your man is garbage. 40? Depends what part. Nah, Story is like 10 minutes away from Midtown. Didn't you? I said that like 10 times. It's literally 10 minutes from Midtown. 40. But it depends where you're going. It's further from Harlem. Thank you. I don't think that would, I think Rocky would fuck me up, but thank you. Maidana whipping Broner was one of the most satisfying. I know, man. Me too. Seeing him walk back like he just got jumped, like he was almost crying. Floyd, Hagler, Ward, Sweet Pea, Broner. I don't like the Broner or the Ward one, but the rest are great. It's 40 minutes by bike. Bro, don't get on the train. They got some. Don't listen. Stop trying to scare the man. Damn, Smooth. Why are you shitting on me? What'd I do to you? Broner beat Maidana when he hit the Humpty Dance. Gary Russell versus Andy Hiraoka. I got Russell. It's not for you to like, old man. He did walk out there like he got jumped. I know. I'm from Florida. I can't be scared. We wrestle alligators. There you go. Canelo gotta win. I don't know. Yeah, well, that happened once, but a lot of shit has happened once all over the fucking globe. Doesn't mean it always happens. In Florida, nah, I disagree, MPO. Trains are fucking packed at all times now. There's always mad people around and a lot of cops down there. Moon Man. Anybody who was faster than me gave me problems. If you're scared of the tea, just stay at home. You might be right about that. Honey is the next big American heavyweight. Remember, I said it first. Honey? Okay. Just keep your head on a swivel if you're taking the train at night. Don't be falling asleep. See, I disagree, Jimbo. I fall asleep like a baby on the train. Just grip my shit. I'm good to go. Boots would put Haney's head on a swivel. My son graduates today. MILFs, here I come. You got an 18-year-old son? Or 17? A lot of these clowns that be hating online, trolling, be grown-ass men in somebody's basement laying on their stomach with another grown man behind them, giving them all Diddy work. Oh, Jesus. All Diddy work is a disgusting, disgusting way to put that. Bro, those Canelo odds look good. I don't know, man. I was just on the train falling asleep. Grown men shook and taking public transportation. You ever fall asleep on the train and miss? Yep. But usually, right, Jimbo? Tell them. Or MPO, I got that fucking clock. Like I'll sleep and then when it'll go dong dong, when it'll stop, I'll kind of wake up for a second and look and know, or just know, okay, nah, this is 23rd. I need 34th. I'll just know. So almost never. It's happened to me, but of my entire 40, almost 50 years living there, only very, very rarely. I think Boots will be fighting 160, 154. Yeah, he will be. Oh, cool. Don't listen to Mo. Okay. Bro, I don't like bums. Harlem for hell's bums and crackheads. Yeah. Why? I don't favor him. I think it's 50-50. The reason why I went from favoring Canelo to Crawford is because I was at a film shoot, or I guess a segment shoot with them. They were both there. It was a Ring magazine shoot with Crawford, Canelo, Dana White, my man Shaq, Tom Brady. Is there somebody else I'm missing? Anyway, so I met Canelo and Crawford there. Talked to them, saw them next to each other, and I saw that Crawford is, in fact, the bigger person. So that's what made me change to 50-50. I missed my spot top twice. Once I had a hangover. Yep. Spin the wheel. Only Easy Harlem got the crackheads and the K2 heads. Bro, they be on there laying down, taking up a whole bench. Yeah, I know. CJ really pushing for all that. I know. Well, CJ could fuck. I mean, I guess I got to have all you guys agree, but yeah, okay. Alberto's not even in here. I wish. Not because I do some gay shit, because I wouldn't, but I'll get gifts. I'll take flowers. I'll take candy. Whatever. You could send me a Jimmy Choo or Gucci bag. I could always eBay, sell it for some, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. I want to be showered with gifts. But Crawford got dogged out by Madrimov. I wouldn't say he got dogged out. He beat him, but he was getting hit a lot. Yes. Again, though, truth, we can't triangle theory things. You know, the old age-old cliche, styles make fights. Does Madrimov fight anything like Canelo? So it does not indicate the outcome of when he fights Canelo. It does show that it seemed like he had a little more problems with somebody heavier, but we don't know if it's because he was heavier or just because his style was crazy. When is there nothing else on YouTube? I tuned to this channel. Wow. That's rude. What happened to you and Ness? Nothing. What you mean? Alberto probably in Tone's chat. Oh, is Tone live right now? Was Tio there? No, he was not. Give Bumberto a sandwich. He's into whites and Latinos, Marco, if you got a shot. Who's into whites and Latinos? And you saying whites sounds mad racist. Right?
Oh, that's racist.
Having anybody who's not white, like, look at those whites. That sounds mad racist. That's cool, though. You have your Mexican pride. You don't like us white people. That's good. Crawford has put on crazy lean muscle in a short span of time. He's with Snack. Oh, boy. J.A. Jimmy Allegations. Hey, look who it is. It's fucking Jimmy Allegations over here. Check it out, guys. It's Jimmy fucking Allegations. You know who he is. He's cousins with Louis the Lip. You got Crawford by no. I have a even 50-50 fight. 50-50. I can't pick. The majority of guys didn't get caught, and they were forced to admit. Jimmy A. Hey, you know Jimmy A. His brother, Sammy the Shark. Why are you not on the Boxing Voice anymore? I was actually on it today. Same thing with blacks. I never liked that. Yeah, those blacks. Like, that's not. Yeah. You know, it's a Chinaman. Anybody who calls Asian people a Chinaman is also. So blacks, whites, and Chinamen are the most non-racist but racist things you could say. And if you're old, you get away with it. Like, if you heard an old man say blacks or whites, you're like, okay. Or Chinamen, old, like 80s, 90s. It's like, all right, I guess maybe it's just what. But anybody younger, like David Garcia, should not be calling people whites. Truth, a Canelo lover. Bud beat Madrimov 10-2. Nah, I thought it was closer than that. That is racist. But Bud was swallowing repeated lead straight rights. Boop, boop. He was swallowing more bombs than Yoshi on Super Mario. But he swallowed them. Boop, pooped them out. They exploded. He was good. Just like Yoshi. He didn't let them take him down. So that means something. So all they do is argue. LOL, you're from NYC. You grew up here when it was super tribal and they say way worse shit about everybody ethnically. I know. I'm just fucking with David. I had Canelo 70-30, but after Skull, I got 50-50. Interesting. So Skull's what did it for you. Skull ran, though. Skull ran. What? You think Bud's going to fight like that? Nah. 8-4. I'm okay with that, but a competitive 8-4. So there's a difference between, you know what I mean? Like a competitive 8-4. Bud was getting caught flush by Madrimov. Exactly. But Canelo doesn't constantly do this and then pop in with a shot. You guys underestimate how much this shit, this constant, I call it, I said that Madrimov got on his pogo stick. The constant pogo stick, that enables you to land a lot more shit. It throws off the rhythm. So, you know, it could have just been that, why Bud was getting hit. Canelo does not fight like that. David. Nah, man, I ain't getting racist with him. Us white people can't be racist nowadays. I'll get canceled like Friends. If Canelo lands flush on Bud, it's going to be an Amir Khan moment. Maybe. Marco, what was you saying about me on the bag again? What? From yesterday? Please bet on Canelo. Need Canelo. Odds wide open for the big win. I gotta get my fucking daughter. What happens with Bud? I'm gonna get off in 5 minutes. Gotta get my daughter, people. People were shitting on Madrimov for fainting low. Yeah. Yeah. Marco, you see who Canelo's main sparring partner is? Who? Need rework my skills. Show me the bag work on a real bag, and then we'll talk. You were hitting that. I hate that bag. I almost wanted to fly out to Indiana to bring that bag outside and burn it like some kind of a ritual. I hated that. I hate bags like that. That shit, nothing more frustrating when I'm somewhere and I need to get a workout in and they have some that's all they got for me. And I still make it work, but it's, ugh. If you don't call black people black, then you don't call white people white, then what do you call them? We're all people, Kobe. If it's 50-50, odds probably Canelo just for the hell of it. If he loses, his legacy is destroyed. He needs to retire. It's a bad fight for him. I would have never taken that fight if I was him. Lose. You win, now you beat a smaller guy. You lose, you got beat by a smaller guy. Bad fight for him. I would have never taken it. And if Bud turns out to in fact be bigger, like I saw, nobody knows that. So it's not even like that you can use that. Like, no, he's actually bigger than he looks. Nope. Yeah, word. The guy who just fought 8 years at welterweight is bigger than he looks. Okay. Who, you know, two-tone betrayed. You guys, I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this and show it to Tone. What are you guys doing with these fucking screen names? You got your wish. I'm going to show this to Tone. You guys are out of control. Now let me read it. To Tone. Tone Glaze Ryan now moved on the next guy like 304. Nasty work. Okay. Who's 304? There's a vid of Canelo sparring Ennis. What? How long? How many minutes is the video? Put the link in, please. Blind Faith. It's a money fight, Marco. Hard to turn down. See, Kamik, you're probably thinking from your standpoint. Now, I don't know you, but I'm assuming you're not a hundreds to billionaire status type person because most people aren't. You're thinking from your eyes and from mine. If you already made as much as Canelo, and you can get fights that are almost as much, that are way less risky, it's called busy. He avoids Benavidez, but to me, Losing to Bud is worse than losing to Benavidez because at least Benavidez is your fucking size, technically bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. Tone's been doing a lot of film study, Marco. His growth in boxing knowledge is good. Online Elias says, y'all got it. He's on the phone with Bill Haney getting that bag to change his narrative. Damn. Bud can't hurt him, and Bud will be too heavy in a run. Okay. All right. All right, guys. I got to get my daughter. I will catch you guys tonight, 10 p.m. Be there, motherfuckers. Appreciate you. Peace.